He tries to mend a puzzle with little assistance. One by one, he matches the pieces like the others in his class. Though it is challenging for some, others love to have fun. But something is true about them. They are autistic.
There's no known cause. There are various speculations in terms of what causes it. So they're looking at, okay, autism. Why do we have so many people coming up with autism? Some people are saying the age of the parents, it has not been confirmed. Some people are saying because it does not have any chromosomal disorder attached to it. Some people are saying, oh, maybe it's what the parents ate during during the time they were pregnant. Nobody has been able to come up to say this is it. A child with autism would not want to talk to you. Sometimes would want to stay on his own. Sometimes he's doing something and you call him or her and he appears deaf. Those are some of the significant signs of autism. The child is not communicating either socially or orally.
He seems smart, but Odinaka, like his classmates living with the disorder, is being trained how to shop for items independently, a form of therapy applied on older children with autism.
Yeah, your change is 240 naira. Let's clap for him. That is great. All right, thank you. Yes. We start with identification of money because some of them have issue with identifying money because this is not what they actually been exposed to even at home. Most times their parents are always be the one that do this for them, shop for them, and even spend when they need to buy things. It's part of the way we let them get integrated into the society. They should be able to go into the shopping mall and do some shopping.
Oritoke, a retired radiographer, never knew her son was autistic until he was 18. She says there was no awareness about the disorder at the time, an experience she wishes to forget.
It hasn't been easy, more so when you are all alone looking after him. You need to create strength even if you don't have. Because as he's growing up,
She didn't give up getting her son the best educational therapy, although it was difficult for her at the time.
I made several attempts to take him abroad. I went personally to get an appointment from a doctor, but unfortunately the embassy didn't grant me him visa. Fortunately, I saw a magazine introducing Patrick Speech and Languages. I knew the school would be expensive. I didn't have that courage to come because if I came, it would have meant wasting my time. So I took courage and came. I saw some of the workers. They told me what it all entailed. I knew I wouldn't be able to afford it, so I told them thank you. So I was on my way out when I saw somebody calling, Madam, Madam, wait, Madam, Madam, wait. The gate man was saying, Madam, so they are calling you. So I looked back and I saw a lady that I later knew to be Mrs. Akande, who called me back. She interviewed me and I told him I'd already been interviewed, but I couldn't afford it. So he said, Madam, don't worry. Let him resume school with us. I started crying. I said, what have I done to merit this good gesture, this help? I was crying. She started comforting me. I want to cry now. But I thank God he took him in and on scholarship.
She is now optimistic about her son's future.
He's been stable, he's been improving. You know, with them, you don't want to expect immediate result. So they are very intelligent if we can watch them, understand them.
And for Fumi Afonja, raising an autistic child has been a mixed bag of emotions. Though she didn't want her child on camera, this young mother tells us about her 4-year-old son, a twin, who performs brilliantly in class and does her proud all the time.
Okay, let's assume this is a book and the pages are torn. He sees number 15 here, and maybe the next one is 21. He would start looking for what comes after 15. He would arrange it one after the other and close it. He likes things being in order. He doesn't like chaos of any kind. He doesn't like chaos. Right now, except for the speech parts, he tops his class. Except for the speech parts where he is asked to, because he doesn't answer commands. You can't tell him, say this, and he would answer you no. He does it at his own time.
Fumi isn't disturbed about the future. Take each moment as it comes and never look back is her advice to parents of children with the disorder.
One thing is to accept that it has come, and let's be practical. As much as it is, I try not to let my emotions get in the way of what needs to be done for my child. So I advise parents do that too. And try not to get ahead of yourself. That sort of throws us, even me, that throws me back when I think of the next 5 years. I don't want to go there. And
what we find most is that many of the parents just want a pill that will make their children better. They ask us all the time, "Kosoguni," you know? So that's, you know, and then you have to teach them and educate them that this thing takes time.
Not all autistic children end up being dependent. Oriofe has learned to overcome his disorder. He is now a skilled pianist and an assistant therapist who finds delight in his work. Statistics from Nigeria's Center for Disease Control indicates autism is the fastest growing developmental disability in the country, with a 10 to 17% growth rate. An NGO in Lagos tries to meet the emotional needs of parents who bear the burden of raising these special children.
You know, a lot of NGOs deal with the children. You know, they go to schools, give them support, take things there, but they don't concentrate on these parents. These are the parents that need help. Just sharing their story is enough, you understand, for them to be able to open up, because most of them can't.
Dealing with autism cases in Nigeria is challenging, and therapists outline critical key factors that must be considered in bringing assistance to these vulnerable groups in the society.
As you can see, there are not many centers or many people knowledgeable about what autism is. It's so new in our environment. We would love to have a purpose-built environment. Our children love greens and they love space. So it's something that the government needs to come up with. Even in the hospitals, developmental pediatricians are not available. We have pediatricians. It's not all pediatricians that know about autism.
Even these teachers don't even know. You know, it's not easy to detect a child with autism. And, you know, they keep beating this child because of stubbornness, because of one thing. We need to take awareness to these schools. These teachers need to be trained to be able to detect, you know, the signs of those disabilities so that they can advise their parents accordingly.
Although there is no known cure for autism at the moment, early intervention can help an autistic child live a fulfilling life. Esther Omopariola, TVC News.